Good afternoon, Chuck Harsonson again, and I have now kind of went to every other day doing an update. My eye is getting a lot better. I have a very, very tiny gas bubble in my eye. Last night it kind of went down a lot, and it stays about the same during the day. And I noticed towards the end of the day it goes down. So maybe a couple, 3 days, I will not have that bubble in my eye, and then I'll have less restrictions on, like I can get back to working out. So we're getting closer. It seems fine. The seeing out of this eye is not going to be. It'll take a few months before I know where I'm at. I think I updated that before. It's going well. I figured I'd send this video out because, each day I'm, right now, listening to the book, The Course in Miracles, because reading has been a challenge. Although I noticed today it's a lot better. At least early in the day, my eyesight's better for reading. It's just been a challenge to read. So I've been listening to the book, which means I kind of just re-listen to it. It's a very long book, so it takes a while to listen to it. I'll listen to it falling asleep sometimes. So anyway, obviously my eye is healing. I've talked about healing before, and healing, when it comes to miracles, supplies a lack. A lot of times you're healing the necessary, why you have a sickness, why you have something is there's some lack going on, and a miracle and that healing supplies the lack. And it's provided by somebody who temporarily has more to somebody who temporarily has less. And when I talked about grace in the last video, it kind of goes along this line too. So God always is abundance. Like God is complete, is lacking nothing. But we have lacks. We have areas of lack, scarcity, isolation, just things that sometimes by our own undoing, or maybe by just how things are going, seem to be a lack, even outside of just healing type of things. So because of that, I wanted to bring this up again, because for grace, we have to see each other as God sees us. For healing or any other area of lack, we also have to start to see ourselves more like God sees us. A lot of times our lack is our separation from God, seeing us as separate, where miracles, which I've talked about before, are expressions of love, which see the other person, just like when we have grace, just like when we enter the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, we're seeing each other as our brothers, our sisters, as, one with God, one with Christ. So as I'm talking about this today and talking about healing, and talking about miracles are provided, or miracles come from those who temporarily have more, for people who temporarily have less, that word temporary is also key too. Whatever your situation is, if you need healing, like an eye that needed healing, it's temporary. It's temporary. Whatever scarcity or lack you have, it's temporary. And sometimes, and really in most times, it's not real. This book, or the Course in Miracles, would say it's an illusion. It's not real at all. But to get me to have you believe it's an illusion would be challenging in this 3-minute video. So you have to just understand it's all temporary that you're going through. The healing will be there. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up, because sometimes we see ourselves always in lack. Anybody who's normally more depressed or down or anxiety, they're looking at the lack. You could have a great day. 7 things could go right. 1 thing goes wrong. And you get depressed about the 1 thing, even that 7 things went well, because you're seeing the lack. That's an example, a possibility. Some people do that. But here's the thing. You also have areas where you don't have lack, where you have more than somebody else, where you have more to give than that person has. So some of the times while we go through these experiences is so that the area that you temporarily have more, you can now serve somebody who temporarily has less, and be the person who brings the miracle to that person, the healing, the expression of love. So we're here to serve, we're here to help, we're here to teach. I'll do a video probably in a couple of times, or down the road here, not too long, on the teaching part of it, which is sort of what I'm doing now. I'm teaching, and I learn by teaching, and hopefully somebody else is learning that the miracle supplies the temporary lack from somebody who has a little bit more. You don't have to have a lot more, and you have something to offer. Everybody has something to offer. Everybody has many things to offer. But if you just focus on your lack, that's the separation. When you focus on what you have to offer, that's the healing, that's the love. And somebody else needs that today. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Thanks for watching. If you don't even know what I'm talking about, because I did other videos, you're like, where are they? They're probably on my Facebook page. They're definitely on my YouTube. You can search out my name. And then I have a podcast, Real Life Impact Podcast. You can search it out, Real Life Impact. And you should find it on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so on. Have a blessed day.